I'm very excited because Brandon is sitting here booking our anniversary getaway to... Good morning, everyone. So this was not how I was planning on starting my vlog, in my car. Welcome to the weekend vlog, by the way. It is Saturday. It's 11:46 in the morning and I'm sitting in my car in Atlanta getting ready to go home. So I basically envisioned me starting this vlog in bed, wearing my robe. You guys know how much I love my robe. Getting served breakfast in bed from Brandon, and yeah, it didn't happen like that. I had something that I needed to return to someone, and when I was talking to them this morning on the phone, they're like, oh yeah, we'll see you by 12:30. And I was like, oh sure. And I got up out of bed and I said, Brandon, I have to take this stuff over by 12:30. And so it kind of ruined my morning plans to completely just be lazy in bed while the guys, meaning Bash and Brandon, had their boys' time, and I could lay in bed and watch mindless television. But anyway, I've just finished running the errand now, and I'm about to head home and see what they are up to. Hopefully Bashy will be awake when I get there, but he might not be up from his morning nap yet. And then later today, I'm not sure what we're gonna do today during the day, but I know later tonight, this evening, is Amber's birthday dinner, so we're gonna go do that. And then I'll take you into a little bit tomorrow too, because this is a weekend vlog. So if you are interested in seeing what we are going to be up to this weekend, I hope you'll keep watching. I made it home, obviously. I'm sitting on my bed and I'm eating some buffalo chicken dip. Completely irrelevant to what I'm about to say, but I think in this video I will have Brandon get on here with me later, maybe while we're driving to dinner, to tell the engagement story from, we'll tell it together, but from his and my perspective. A lot of you guys were asking for me to tell the story after you saw my relationship Q&A the other day. So maybe we'll do that in this vlog, but I won't bore you with like little bits of my day so that I can save enough time on this vlog without it going too long. We'll try to condense it as much as we can, but it's just a good story. I'm thinking about maybe like doing like 3 story times, because I have like 2 other things that I could probably tell you, like when my college professor broke my hand out of anger, and I think I have another story that I could probably tell too. So maybe I'll do like some story times if this one goes over well. But anyway, just wanted to jump on here really quickly and say that I'm home. Come here. Come here, climb up. Hi. Mommy was painting her nails because I refused to go to the nail place before my trip, because then I'd have to get them done twice and I don't want to do that. I just painted my nails this oxblood color. I think it's just supposed to be like making me happy. Whatever. That's what this is. Did you watch Moana? Did he finish it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm very excited because Brandon is sitting here booking our anniversary getaway to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Neither of us have ever been, and we're really excited, and we are not staying at Atlantis. It's beautiful. Atlantis is gorgeous, but it's just not what I'm very happy with where we're going. I have still been sitting here. I have not moved since I got home. And I think I've probably done 2.5 episodes of The Resident so far. I can't believe I got this far behind, but I'm not moving until I finish the season. I've been the worst vlogger today. It's honestly because we've done nothing today. I've been the laziest, but that is okay because I've just gotten dressed. I curled my hair a little bit, put on an outfit. I'll show you what I'm wearing really quick. So this is my outfit for the night. The lighting is awful right now, but I just have on this blouse and some like faux leather jeans, and I have white socks on because I'm gonna have on my suede boots. Maybe I'll have Brandon take like a better outfit photo for me when we leave, but he's getting ready. Yeah, we're ready. And Sebastian is here with Paige for the night. Can you say bye to Mom and Dad? Can you say bye? Hi, Paige. You having fun? I'm gonna take that as a yes, and I'm gonna leave while he's smiling. Okay, so we just got here. The drive down here was horrendous because Atlanta traffic, and then we are at Ponce City Market, which we've come to here on the vlog before, but obviously during the daytime. I love coming here, but parking here is a nightmare at all times because it's just always so crowded. We did find a spot, thank goodness, but it's across the parking lot from where we actually have to go. I need to pop my jacket on really quick. Brandon went to go to the kiosk to get the sticker for our window so that we can leave the car here, and then I guess we're gonna go in and eat. I'm excited. This should be a nice dinner. I have no idea who's coming because I don't really know a lot of Amber's other friends, but I'm just excited because it's her birthday and she deserves everything. Brr. I need a scarf. Of course, where we park is like on the opposite end of where we actually need to go. Yeah. On this very cold night.
I'll take the day.
No, I'll totally take it because parking's awful. I was hoping that on the way here we could have told our engagement story because a lot of people asked me to tell this story on the vlog. If you did not see the relationship Q&A, I'll link it either up here or down below. I actually gave some solid advice. You're walking really fast. I'm not looking graceful right now. But anyway, what I was saying was, I'm thinking, because it's so dark and we're about to walk into the restaurant, maybe we should, I'm so out of breath. Maybe we should tell it tomorrow. Seriously, people, I can't breathe. I'm not built for this. That's it right there. We're just trying to figure out how we get in. Happy birthday! You look so pretty. Look at her gorgeous setup. We're early. I'm so happy because I get to sit next to you. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
It's pumpkin.
It's pumpkin?
Glenn told me that pumpkin makes you really
fertile?
Hola.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Look at you done. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday morning and breakfast is served. Thanks, babe.
It's just something.
I love it. These are Kodiak cakes, right?
Yes.
So they're like the healthy protein pancakes. I mean, waffles. But I guess you can make pancakes out of them too. You're the best.
You're welcome.
I didn't really go ham this weekend like I thought I would with the eating of the bad food.
Yeah, you'd be surprised when you start getting like adjusted to everything. How you don't really have as much of a desire to.
Well, it's just because like you try so hard during the week. It's like, do I really want to ruin this over this? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It has to be like an exceptional cheat meal.
Yeah.
I'll take my take it with this not sugar-free syrup that I'm eating right now. Thanks, babe. I'm gonna go eat this in bed. This is my happy place. I'm about to watch some TV. I've been editing the vlog already for you guys so that it will go up later today. And yeah, this is Sunday. Hi guys, so it is time for me to tell the engagement story, and initially I thought that I would sit down with Brandon and we would tell the story together, but he actually came up with a cool idea for us to tell it separately and then me to put the clips in together to tell the story. So we're telling it together but from our own perspectives. But before I even get into that, I think it's important that you guys know like how psycho I was leading up to the engagement. Basically at some point leading up to May, which is when he proposed to me June 1st, but for some reason I had it in my mind all year long, like leading up to that he was going to propose in May. I don't know why. I don't know what he said to me that made me think that May was going to be the month. But when I tell you guys that my nails and my hair were done the entire month of May, like I had a standing nail appointment, like I was ready.
Oh goodness. Alrighty, so as you guys may have heard, Krista was very, very excited, anxious for me to finally propose to her. and I knew it was only a matter of time, and I had a time schedule in my mind of how I wanted to do it. But I think from her perspective, she was ready for it to happen 8 weeks ago. So I had this very elaborate plan, coordinating with our cheer coordinator, to have Krista come up to Lake Lanier and think that she was going to help out with the cheerleading calendar photo shoot that we used to do for the Falcons, and I was going to use that to propose to her. At that time I was working in marketing, so none of that was ever like out of the question. Like, this is normal stuff that, you know, she has kind of helped out with before.
He had been working at Lake Lanier all week long, and so the night before, on May 31st, I knew at that point he wasn't going to come over to see me, so basically him proposing to me was out of the question because I knew he wasn't anywhere near where I was. And so I had the phone like up to my ear like this, and I'm literally cutting off all of my fingernails, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm going to try to prop my camera up. There we go. So anyway, I had the phone up to my ear, and I'm like literally clipping off all my fingernails, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, nothing, I'm not doing anything, because I was so hurt that he hadn't proposed in May.
The biggest thing I was determined to do was make it a surprise. Krista was so set in her mind that she was gonna know. There was no way I was gonna surprise her. Like, whatever, like, I'm gonna be able to sniff it out. And I told her that was like my main goal. I said, no, you're not gonna know when it's coming. I want to surprise you.
The next morning I get up, and at this point, like, I'm not thinking he's ever going to propose. I figured we're gonna break up and that's just gonna be it. I was being so dramatic, but that's just where my head was. And I got up. It was really early in the morning because I needed to go to Lake Lanier where the photo shoot was. And at the time we had just gotten the dogs, so Harlow and my mom's dog Girl. And I remember back then, like, the dogs used to cry every time I would walk out in the morning, and it used to irritate my mom so bad because it woke her up in the morning. And so I walked into her room to say, like, "Hey Mom, Dad, I'm going up to Lake Lanier, like, sorry to wake you up, the dogs are gonna start crying, just so you know." And she's like, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay." And that should have tipped me off first, because it usually was just like, "Oh, Krista." But for whatever reason, which now we know why, that particular morning it did not bother her at all that the dogs were gonna be crying. So she's like, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay." So then she's like, "Just call me when you get there." I get in the car, and about an hour into my drive, she calls me and she's like, "Hey, did you make it yet?" And I was like, "No, not yet. Like, I'll let you know when I do, I'll text you." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she called me again and she's like, "Did you make it there yet?" And I was like, "No, like, I will text you or I will call you when I get there." And that also should have tipped me off, but I just figured she was being concerned because it was like an almost 2-hour drive from her house. So then when I get there,
I met her in the parking lot. You know, I was trying to hide the nervousness in my voice. You know, I wanted to have it together.
Brandon hands me a backpack, and it's his laptop inside of it. So I'm thinking, like, oh my gosh, I have to take all these like important things to the photo shoot.
Part of my proposal was I created a video on my laptop, and I wanted it to be a video that was, you know, kind of really touched on everything with our relationship, a lot of photos with our coolest moments, a song that we both loved, and something that I knew, like, as soon as she saw it, it would, you know, bring tears to her eyes.
He goes, "Look, in my backpack is a laptop. I need you to watch the video on the desktop. It's like an instructional video for the newer cheerleaders who had never done like a photo shoot with them." And he's like, "I just need you to make sure it plays so that there's no hiccups when they get here." I was like, "Got it, I got it. I'm not gonna disappoint you. I can handle this."
But what she didn't know is it's actually the video that I made for her for our proposal.
He goes, "Look, they're gonna get ready to set up at another area down the hill right there. Jay, who is a guy who did social media for the Falcons at the time, he's gonna be down there. He'll meet you down there, and then we'll all be over to set up for the next like photo shoot in just a minute." So I was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." So I walk down the hill. I get lost on the way there, of course, because it's me.
At the same time, when she's walking down and kind of setting everything up, he's texting me kind of like a play-by-play, like, "All right, you know, she's down at the gazebo," just like I told her. You know, she doesn't like to follow instructions sometimes. I love you, Chris. I'm just kidding.
I get to the bottom, and it's actually like, it looks like they're setting up for a wedding, but there wasn't anyone there. It was just Jay, but it looked like the tent had just been put up and there was like some tables around, but there wasn't like anyone there. Like, it looks like they're either setting up for a wedding or breaking it down from the day before. But either way, Jay was down there. So I was like, "Hey, like, Brandon wants me to watch this video real quick and I'm just gonna do that. And he's like, oh, okay, no problem. And we're both like admiring how pretty it looks because it's right on a lake, like it's right there at the lake. I hear him taking test shots, or what I assume to be test shots, and so I play the video, and I'm thinking I'm about to see like cheerleading moves and like a woman on there saying like, welcome to your first photo shoot. And instead,
I think I started the video, the first, you know, couple seconds just said, hey there, princess. And I knew that if she saw the hey there, princess, and she heard the song Give In To Me from the Country Strong soundtrack, that she would know immediately what was going on. And she did.
And in that moment, like, I was just like shocked, because I realized like this is not an instructional video, this is actually for me. And I look over at Jay and he's got the camera pointed directly at me, and I just burst into tears. And I mean, I'm Kim Kardashian crying, like ugly cry, bawling my eyes out crying, watching it.
You know, as you know, I'm sure Krista will put in the photos, but there were a lot of tears, you know, a lot of, you know, emotions, I think, in that moment, or else she'll say that she blacked out.
And honestly, guys, I think I blacked out as soon as I realized that the movie was for me. I don't really remember much about what exactly the iMovie said. He has asked me not to ever show the video to my channel just because it's so personal, and I get that. But it just had like photos and like clips of us and him, and he had said on there how he had spoken to my parents already, so they already knew what was going on, and how he had been praying on it. He had some scripture on it, and it was just a movie that he had made in iMovie.
So then I kind of scurried there, because at the very end of the video, after all the photos, after all the scriptures, the last portion of the video was for her to turn around, and I would be kind of walking up to her.
I turned around and he was walking toward me, and I booked it. I ran and ran and I jumped around him. He actually had to like push me off so that he could get down on one knee.
She turned around and jumped on me. I think she already knew what was happening. So she was hugging me and screaming and so happy and crying. I was like, okay, I had to like push her away and say, all right, get off me, because I have to actually propose to you. I don't even think, you know, she saw the ring. Like, she just saw the box and she was like, yes, yes, like, absolutely. And I was like, you don't know what's in this box. Like, you may hate this ring.
And I don't really remember what he said to me when he got down on one knee, and I just was like, oh my gosh. And so I like gave him the biggest hug. I still hadn't even seen the ring yet. And then he opened the ring box and I saw my ring, and I just bawled again, because it was exactly what I had asked for. And y'all, like, this is why like this story is so funny, because actually I left out a lot of things about how psycho I was leading up to the proposal, which may be just for a different story. I sent him an email about what color, cut, clarity, and carat of ring I wanted, all the different variations of how I wanted the ring to look, blah blah blah. So when and I can talk about that later, or in a different video, but when I saw the ring, I bawled again, because he had listened and it was exactly what I wanted, and like the whole thing was a surprise, which I didn't think he was gonna be able to pull off. We have photos, in fact, I'll insert them. I remember I saw pictures and I'm like, oh no, because I realized I had just cut off all of my fingernails. And I said to him, I said, oh my God, you let me sit there and cut off all my nails last night? And he was like, well, what was I supposed to say? Like, don't cut your nails off, Krista. I'm gonna propose to you in the next few, like 7 hours. So I looked at him, and when it was like all the dust had finally settled, and I was like, oh my gosh, is there even a photo shoot? Like, you got me here to do this? And he was like, no, there really is a photo shoot, you're just not helping. And he's like, go home, your mom is waiting for you. And then after he finished up at work, he came over back to my mom's house that night, where all of us were at together, like his mom and everything. And it was just like the sweetest thing, because it was exactly how I wanted it. I wanted to be surprised. I wanted my family to know. I wanted the ring that I got. It was at a beautiful setting. He surprised me. We have the photos for life. Like, I could not have asked for a better proposal from him, or from anyone really, because it was just perfect for us. You know,
it's probably one of the best moments of my life, just being able to make her so happy. And you know, the funny part was, you know, making the video for her, you know, you don't really realize how many moments you share with a person. Kind of when you go back and look at a lot of photos that you took, and, you know, things of that nature, you know, it kind of takes you down memory lane, and, you know, you definitely get choked up. I got choked up so many times making the video. It made it really special for me, and I know it was special for her. So I wanted it to make it a story that she could tell forever. She could tell her friends, we can tell Sebastian, you know, our family would always remember it and everything. So I wish I could recreate it, you know, over and over again, but it turned out perfect.
But yeah, that's how it happened. And I left out like my psychosis, I guess, leading up to it, which is what would have made this story funnier. I don't know, it was really, really sweet, and it was just what I wanted.